Welcome to Mosaic Arts Online. I'm Katherine England, and I'm thrilled to guide you through this Mixed Media Mosaic Animal course. This is not just any ordinary course. It's an invitation to explore, experiment, and embrace the whimsical side of art. In this course, we dive into a world where techniques meet creativity and rules are made to be bent or even broken. While structure has its place, we're going to set it aside for now and focus on having fun. This is your chance to play with materials, try new ideas, and see where your imagination takes you. I understand the pressure of getting things right. Believe me, I've been there. Like many of you, I've faced performance anxiety that sometimes holds me back. But over the years, I've learned that the real magic happens when we let go of these constraints and just allow ourselves to have fun. That's what this course is all about, giving ourselves permission to be bold, experiment, most importantly, to enjoy the process. We'll explore different techniques for adhering, various types of tesserae, creating textures, and blending colors in unique ways. But more than that, we'll push boundaries, trust our instincts, and exercise our creative muscles like never before. We'll start by choosing an image, sizing it, decide on its placement. Once your image is chosen, you can decide to go as playful as you dare. You can even add a bikini to your boobie if you like. I will share some of my favorite mixed media materials, since this is not your traditional mosaic art project. Once the materials are chosen, I will demonstrate my 3 go-to adhesives and explain why each one is paired with each tesserae. The finishing touch is using an unconventional technique of painting the background with layers of color. By the end of this course, you'll have crafted a one-of-a-kind creature that is unique and special as the journey you took to create it. I've included a detailed PDF for download of my suggested tools, materials, and resources, as well as some images that you're welcome to use. Now, let's get creating.
Katherine, thank you so much for coming back to Mosaic Arts Online. I know, I asked for it. As soon as I saw it, we had to have it. This is the Mixed Media Mosaic Animal course, finally, at Mosaic Arts Online.
And thank you for inviting me. I love coming here. It's a great studio, and I love seeing what people do with these wonderful classes that you put online all the time. I think it's a gift to the entire nation and world that they get access to this.
You are too kind, because we can only do it with you and all of our other instructors that do come to Mosaic Arts Online. But it's because you spend time in your studio really like creating, recreating, inventing, reinventing these types of mosaics that are very mixed media, and we'll talk about that. But let's have a little bit of the genesis of how this course and technique came about.
Well, I've been doing mosaics for decades now, and for a long time I was doing glass and everything, and at some point it's like, this isn't enough, this isn't enough. So then I moved on and added small d to it, and this isn't enough, and then I started adding other stuff and just trying different things. And I think a lot of times we get stuck into the world like where you're only supposed to do this with this and only supposed to do this. But if you don't know the rules, like I didn't know the rules, we don't know that you don't have to follow any rules.
Or break them.
You can break them if you do know them. So I had seen an art, her name is Jeannot, she lives in Belgium, and she was doing these really silly animals with these really bright backgrounds, and I ended up taking a class from her and really enjoyed it. And so I've kind of taken her idea and kind of melted it into my sensibilities about how to do mosaics and how to use smalty and come up with these lovely creatures. So I'm really grateful to the teachers I've been exposed to that have added to my arsenal of ideas and then developed them and had lots of fun with them, and now I get to share them with you.
And that's what's great, is that Jeannot, it is kind of a style that you have done, shall we say, riff on, that she was really happy to give you the blessing to go and do this so that the world could learn these techniques and do it with your spin on it, which is really important. So you make this piece from scratch, the very beginning. We see you with a blank substrate. And tell us a little bit about why you picked this egret.
It is an egret, yeah. So I had done these 2 pieces already, and I've taught 2 live classes and I've seen all the animals that people have created. A lot of people like to make birds. So I thought, well, I'll do a bird as a sample so I can show you some cutting techniques for helping you achieve that kind of feathery look, and just because that seems to be a popular subject. And that's the main reason. I had some jewelry that I thought I really want to use this in a piece, so I need to look for something that has this kind of shape eye. And we'll talk about that. Do we start with the subject? Do we start with the little trinkets that we found that we're excited to use in a mosaic? And then go from there.
And wait, so we just should tell our entire audience, stop right now. Do not take your stuff to the thrift shop. It is about to become your next mosaic. Because let me tell you, everything you see here is stuff that she has had sitting around for way too long that really she thought she'd go to the thrift shop, and then this course came to life. So everything you see here, a beginner could do this,
yes.
right?
Yes, I have a lot of beginners in my live things, and they just come out absolutely incredible. Because again, especially with beginners, they haven't been, conditioned a certain way, and they're like, oh, I'll try this, can I do this? And when I'm in a structured class where I'm teaching a very specific technique, I have to say, no, don't do that. That's not what we're learning. But in this, we kind of break a lot of the rules. And all those junk drawers that you were supposed to Marie Kondo, be glad you didn't. So you get to use that now. And it's fun because you get to start to look at your ephemera in a different way. And a much more creative way, like, oh, I could do this with this, and I could do this with this, and then all of a sudden you don't have enough substrates to fill up with all your fun stuff.
Well, and I'll give you a little hint. The eye here, this little outline around the eye was an earring once. And
my
she lost
favorite
one of them.
earrings.
So now the second one lives on in this egret. Is there anything else you'd want to add here for us?
I do like to... I'd like you to be able to use Smalty if you have it. If you don't, that's fine too. I give examples of using everything but Smalty. I have examples of using Smalty. And again, like I said, if you don't have it, there are all sorts of fun things that you can use. We learn how to break jewelry apart. I've got some stone things that we're going to talk about. There's probably 5 or 6 different types of medium in this one, and about 30 in this one. And we'll talk about those. I'll show you some student art that was done by people who have never done mosaics before, and you can kind of see what the possibilities are.
Thanks so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Yes.